Sup, guys. My name is Mikey for the Yugioh Council with Blue Eyes. I normally don't do Blue Eyes, do I? Ryu does all the Blue Eyes content. But, you guys can't expect him to do everything. He's flooded with so much Blue Eyes stuff. It's really, really crazy. So, I actually went rogue on this one. I did this without his help. I did Blue Eyes Pendulum, or Blue Eyes Magician Pendulum. Now, I know Ryu has been talking about this a little while, but there is no Scale 9 Pendulum monster to use. You can say there is, like Cleafort Scout, the DDD one, but their summoning is restricted. So there is no generic Scale 9, but I found a way, and I think that was a power outage just now, but it's raining here, so don't worry about it. Yeah, there is a bit of power outage, but don't worry about it. Yeah. So, I actually did extensive work with this deck since Magician Pendulum came out. I mean, since the Master of Pendulum structure deck came out. And that's why it took me so long to do this, and I hope you appreciate it. I mean, I don't know if you do. I do it for the fun, because I like fun. So, I'm stalling enough, and this deck went through a lot of changes, and I mean a lot. Constantly switching in and out between cards, trying to find a ratio, until I realized there is no ratio. Well, not perfect, but it still goes under extensive testing. So, you guys can help me out with it. I don't know. Try helping me out with my crazy ass ideas. So I'm going to go into it. Oh, and don't mind the double sleeve. I just like to protect the sleeves that are here. See, it's a world champion. I'm not a champion. Never will be. So we got 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. I think that's standard for any Blue Eyes deck, and if you're not running it, what the hell are you doing? 3 Maiden. I was iffy on 2, but then I realized what Blue Eyes deck runs 2, besides like other combinations. 2 White Stone of Legend. Now, like I said, I did extensive testing. I tried it with 3. I tried it with 1. 3 didn't pan out. 1 didn't pan out. So we went with 2 because I don't want to search for Blue Eyes in a Blue Eyes variant. Well, I do, but I don't at the same time. I don't know. I'm crazy. We got 1 Darkness Metal Dragon and 1 Keeper of the Shrine for the Blue Eyes portion. I know it's a small portion. I know it's like not much to expect out of a Blue Eyes deck. But you gotta make room, This is what? 1, 2, 3. This is about 10, half of the monster count. I found many innovative ways to summon Blue Eyes without Pendulum. So please, give me a chance here. Now for the Magician side, we got 2 Isdamai. I did not buy a 3rd one, but the monster count was very, very tight, so I don't even want to put a 3rd one. I really don't, even though I should. 2 Oath Dragon. Again, same principle. I really should put a 3rd one now that I think about it, but I work with what I have. 2 Dragon Pit. This was going to be a 3, but then I found something else that I really like to use that most people don't use. 2 Magical Abductor. But I swapped that out actually yesterday because I was using the Scale 1 from the Master of Pendulum deck. And I was thinking, that's not helpful. I don't use that scale. I use Oath Dragon. So let's use this instead. Then lastly, we got 1 Zangi and 1 Zhang Shen. Now, you're probably questioning yourself, why the fuck would you run this terrible card? No one uses this. Pepe don't use this. No deck uses this card because of its terrible scale. But you know what? Screw that. Because my combo is this. Set scale. Destroy. Set scale. Effect. Add to hand. Discard, change scale if he has more cards than me. If you guys don't know this effect, if I have more cards on the field than my opponent, this scale becomes 4. So I discard this, which its monster effect changes the scale to its original. Scale 8. Then if I have another one of him in my hand or in my extra deck, I special him and get him back to my hand. The infinite loop has continued. You know? Not to mention I like the effect, the level change, if I can even call it that. I like making an exceed monster usable when it has no units left. That's how I feel about it. That's how I genuinely feel about it, because this card is sacky when I need to use it. So basically, I have, like, I don't know, Trapeze. I use it on a monster. I give Trapeze a level. I change its level, and then I go into Felgrant. A Felgrant with 4 overlay units is very, very scary. And just so you know, this is a 21 monster count. Like I said, the deck is extremely tight. So if I dare use that term, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do. So now we have spell count, and it's a very big spell count. We got 2 trade-in. Again, Clog, 9 off space. I don't want to do anything more. 2 cards of consonants. We only have 2 targets. Oh, wait. We only have 2 targets, so 2 cards of consonants. I know, like, that doesn't make sense because I have 3 blue eyes and 2 trade-in, but I have 2 white stone and 2 cards of consonants. It's also because it can be used as a discard cost if it clogs. We got 3 Wonder Wand for more draw power and more blue eyes, because without a scale 9, we can't summon blue eyes. But you know what? We use Wonder Wand. We summon Maiden. We use Wonder Wand, or we use it on a Pendulum monster or Trapeze, and we draw 2 and get blue eyes on field. And again, this is all until Brilliant Victories or Shining Victories or whatever you want to call it. When the blue eye support comes out, that's when this deck will get a really powerful boost. And that's when I'll actually change the deck and possibly make a new Magician deck. I don't know which one yet. Maybe Dark Magician. Hinting. Or maybe even, you know what? I shouldn't be brainstorming during a deck profile. 3 Silver Sky. Whoops, sorry about that. Standard, I was running it at 2, but I swapped it for 3 because Blue Eyes Engrave, we abuse it. 1 Melody. Discard, get 2 blue eyes or 1 blue eyes. Now, I was iffy on 2 or 3, so I just left it at 1 because of the other search card I have. I'm pretty sure you can guess. 2 Pendulum Call. Now, and also 2 Wavering Eyes. Now, I know how people feel. Pendulum Call conflicts with Wavering Eyes. That's what Ryu told me, and I understand. But this card is actually very, very helpful. You can Pendulum Call, wait a turn, or Pendulum Summon. Either one is your choice. And then Wavering Eyes. Especially if you're facing another Pendulum deck, this is perfect to use against. That and Damage Juggler. Then we got 2 Summoner's Art, which is the other search card I was talking about. So you can search for the level 7 Pendulum monster, or you can search for Blue Eyes. Whichever one you need, it's there. And the Melody with the Summoner's Art is a perfect ratio. I think it's perfect. You don't have to think it's perfect. You know, again, this deck is still under extensive testing. And this is the close to final version of it. You know, Blue Eyes is never completed. That's all we can really say, right? Then we got, for traps, 1 Drive Avarice, 1 Pendulum Back, 1 Transmigration Prophecy. Drive Avarice recycles Pendulums, Transmigration Prophecy recycles anything that's a hindrance, because this can recycle cards in your opponent's graveyard too. So if they, like, target it, you can just flip that up and screw up their whole target. Pendulum Back is another way of getting Pendulum monsters from the graveyard. I didn't think of it until recently, and the effect is you can add 2 monsters from your graveyard to your hand that are within the Pendulum scales that are currently set on your side of the field. So if you have like a scale 1 and a scale 8, you can add back anything between 2 and 7 from your graveyard to your hand, and that's really useful to me. Then for the extra deck, I know I'm not really budgeting time here, but you know, we got 1 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, 1 Arcanite Magician, 1 Cypher Mode Zeta, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon, 1 Stardust Spark Dragon, 1 Azure Eyes, 1 Trish, 1 Emerald, 1 Samurai. I love this card. 1 Trapeze, 1 Dragosack. Hey, it's useful again. 1 Absolute Dragon, 1 Felgrant, 1 Thunder End. I am very, very sacky with this. And I recently added it because I thought to myself, I'm not going to use this as often because I will use more generic 8s than I will Blue Eyes. Then I thought, nah, I'll just use Blue Eyes. And then we have 1 Utopia Beyond. Now, I am going to show off the extra deck because I can and I would love to. So we got 2 Artifact Lamps here. So tribute this, your opponent can't banish. So they're kind of stuck if you're playing against a rogue deck like Infernoids or Pepe, which banish damage juggler, or use Cypher Immortal Omega to banish your stuff. This card stops them, to a degree. You got 2 Sky Cavalry, or Samurai Cavalry. I call it Sky Cavalry. Basically, it's a Catastor. It's a level 4 Catastor that doesn't require an extra deck. That doesn't summon from the extra deck. Sorry. So it's a pretty good Catastor. Kills anything that's not a Pendulum. So that's pretty good. 2 Fossil Dyna. 2 MST. Side decking these because I don't have space. I know I should have space, but I'm probably gonna OTK them before they try and destroy my scales. 2 Exceed Encore. Really screws up Pepe and Infinity, mainly Infinity. 3 Prohibition. We're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh in this deck. And 2 Grandhorn. Now, my reasoning, I think it's pretty obvious. If not, then please acquaint yourself with the game called Children's Card Game. I don't know. I'm trying to be funny. It's not working. Well, anyway, that's the deck. It's still undergoing testing, so hit me with the best shot about what's wrong with it. I know you guys like Ryu to be the Blue Eyes Master, but I'm here too. I'm in the shadows. That's pretty much it. Make sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Ryu's gonna post all the links in the description, and I'm getting bored of hearing myself talk. Actually, yeah. Check out our Twitch. Check out our other channels, and I'm Mikey signing out for the council. Peace.